We got really lucky when some kind-hearted local farmers welcomed us into their very rustic, beautiful farms in Gujarat. Right at the entrance, we were greeted by a just-born calf. We spotted a pile of dry cow dung, which would be used in the homes of the farmers as a fuel to cook food. After entering the farms, we came across a large stretch of land that was covered with the cabbage crop, which the farmer said was not fully grown and would take another month or so to fully grow. He also agreed to show us his fully grown and mature and ready to harvest cabbage soon. We got busy trying to get a view of all the crops around us in the farm. And that is when, far in the distance, we spotted the cattle being driven for their lunchtime. We decided to follow the cattle, and on the way we came across this water body which had this random rustic tree and some vegetation which had become the resting spot for many birds, and the place looked very serene and calm with their presence and sound. From there, we were guided towards the place where some buffaloes were grazing, and we got to feed them some biscuits. We also noticed this white bird which stayed in close proximity of the buffaloes and followed them around. We were guided to feed the youngest buffalo in the group, who was around 8 years of age. The farmers very fondly introduced us to the cattle by calling out their names and letting us know on their age. They had so much love and pride in their voice, the way a parent has for their children. From here, the farmers were to take us to see some more vegetables that they had grown. But moving ahead, we came across a pile of haystack and decided to spend some time climbing and sitting on it. It's certainly not as easy as it looks to climb the haystack, and besides, when you finally get down, the hay literally pricks and itches if it enters your clothes. And yet I won't deny that we spent some fun moments climbing this huge pile. Multiple times all along our way, we came across some random appearances of such birds enjoying their time around the farm and making it a pleasant place with their sound and their presence. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that this visual is straight out of a picture postcard. And later the cattle was brought under the shades of the trees, and we got to spend some time watching the farmers feed hay to the cattle. And yes, my observation was bang on. The white bird was actually following the cattle everywhere. From here, we were taken to see the fully grown and the ready to harvest cauliflowers. The farmer distributed some berries amongst us to taste. And from here, we were directed to a place where a pile of eggplants were harvested and laid on the ground. We also spotted a well, which we were told was nearly 100-year-old, and at one time it must have been filled with water, but now was more a home for pigeons to hide from the heat. Moving further ahead from here, we were guided to see the crops of the eggplants, and the farmer also showed us the pigeon peas. When I was asked to taste the raw pigeon peas by the farmer, I was a bit skeptical as to what they will taste like. But as I tasted them, I was pleasantly surprised, as they tasted really delicious and had a tinge of a natural sweetness to them, which you find only in the freshly produced crops. Going further ahead, he showed us chili plants and tomatoes. And true to his promise, he showed us a stretch of land with the mature cabbage crop that was in full bloom. He was explaining to us how from this thin, tiny, leaf-like looking crop, the fully mature cabbage plant grows. After spending some time sitting under the shady trees, we were guided further ahead, where we got to see the banana plantations. We were told that the banana plantations were barricaded by thin wires to protect them against pigs. We were also shown a patch of land growing potatoes, and at first I did not see anything. It's only with a closer look did I see them peeping out from the soil. Even as an onlooker, if I was getting immense happiness and satisfaction seeing all this creation around me, I can only imagine the level of satisfaction the simple farmers would derive from their daily lives. Finally, it was time for us to leave the farm, but not before we got some entertainment from the little puppies. Spending few hours on this rustic farm surely made us feel more close to nature. Blessed are these farmers who, away from urbanization, get to live in close proximity of nature and Mother Earth.